Okay, can you tell me your whole name?
My name is Anthony
Anthony?
Ruben
Okay.
Roque. Roque.
Okay. And can you tell me how to spell Uriah?
Urijah
Okay.
Jacob
Okay.
Roque.
Okay, when's his date of birth?
4/12/2013.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna just ask you the questions. All right, Anthony. Can you tell us what happened or what you know about Uriah's incident?
July 4th, my son passed away. He was, from what I know from medical records, he was taken to the hospital. He arrived between 8:35 and 8:25, I think they said. Yeah. And I was not aware of it. I got a call from the mother around 10:40 stating to call me back was an emergency. Me, myself, I was asleep already. I had work in the morning, the next morning. I wake up the next day to a few missed calls, and I've actually spoke to his grandma, so his mom's mom, and I didn't believe it, didn't want to believe it. It felt like a dream. I felt like I was waking up to a dream. I thought it was a joke. I went to Arrowhead. She said go to Arrowhead. So I hopped in the truck, went straight there. Called my mom. I didn't know who else to call. And he was there. He was there. They said he was there, room 2101. And I still didn't believe it. And then the nurse came when I went up there and grabbed me, pulled me to the side. You only see it in the movies. You don't think. You watch it and you think, damn, like how would you react? And it's true. I didn't want to believe it. I walked out. She said what she said and I walked out. The coroners had picked him up a couple hours, she said, a couple hours before I got there, so I didn't even get to see him. I didn't get to say bye to him. I didn't get to hold his hand. I didn't get to feel him when he was still warm. Went to the house. Right after that, I went to the parents' house where it happened at. And one of the things that in my mind popped up as I drove up, I said, it's pretty clean for 4th of July. It's very clean, too clean. But I just kept walking, went right in, asked what happened. I seen the mom and the grandma there. No one else was around. It was just his mom and the grandma. I said, what happened? One of them said, I think the mom said, I think he was lighting a firework. Oh wait, I think he was sitting down. Then it went from he was just sitting down. I didn't care at that point because my son had just passed. And I left. I tried to console the mom, try to be there with the mom, try to be there, and I just couldn't. It didn't feel right. It didn't feel. It just felt weird. It didn't feel like there was sadness or mourning. It felt like more like when I went to try to hug him, it was more of a like, gave me a cold shoulder, as if, why am I even there? Why are you here? And I'm just thinking, what happened? It wasn't until afterwards, later on in the week, and until last week. So for the past 2 weeks, I had to do my own research. I had to go around. Come to find out, no one came and got me. No one called me. She called me once. Why didn't you send someone to come get me? Why is there someone banging on my door? How come no one's banging on my door? How come the cops are at my house telling me my son's dead? Come to find out, she said that I wasn't involved in his life. That was on the police report. I found that out from the detective a week later. That was my first question, actually. And I said, was I even mentioned? She said no. She said you weren't involved in his life. Okay. She told you guys that, but she called me once and told me. She called me the next morning to tell me. Why would you lie and say I'm not involved in his life, but yet you're calling me behind their back? For what? Okay. Who lit it? We don't know. What do you mean you don't know? I've been at your house on 4th of July. Only 2 people light fireworks. Only 2. One of them's dead. You're telling me your brother wasn't lighting fireworks? We don't know. Okay. I had to go question the neighbors throughout the week. I actually questioned a few of them. Both of them. 2 were elderly. Didn't know too much. The one directly across the street was the one I wanted. Was the one that caught my eye because there's a picture, of everything. There's no way you couldn't not have seen. They come out very timid. One of the things that the wife said that caught me off guard, caught my attention was, my first question was, do you know what happened across the street? We didn't light 8 illegal fireworks. You don't, not this year. We do, but not this year. Wasn't my question. But okay, thank you for defending yourself. She mentioned she didn't want to look like a rat. Why are you worried about that right now? The husband had every detail down to who went into the car and took my son to the hospital. He had every detail of every person that was there at that party. Down to the T. But you're telling me you don't know who's been lighting these fireworks all day? Nah, see, now that doesn't make sense. You know all that. And you even told me yourself that there was a lot going on at once. All those fireworks that were going off, he said it was like a grand finale. Those are exact words. He said it was a grand finale going off. One of them tipped over and hit the truck that's parked out in front of the house. The next one tipped over and hit my kid. So you're telling me that all of this was going on and you still don't know who was lighting them? I don't get it, because your son is with you right here next to you. Put yourself in my shoes. And that's what you're going to tell me? That you don't know? All of a sudden, you just hear screams. You don't hear nothing. Okay. So I walked away. I left it at that. I was like, I got what I needed. Okay. I know you're hiding something. So I walked away. Had to go find out the medical reports. The mom said he was alive when she took him. The reports say he had no pulse. The reports say he had open chest wounds, 4th and 3rd degree burns. And you're still telling me you don't know who lit that firework? That doesn't sit well with me. You know something. And then when I heard that cops went, no one was there to be questioned, that pretty much some of the illegal fireworks are gone. Who were you protecting? Your son that you love just died. What's more important than that right now in this aspect? Someone needs to be held accountable. That's what this is about. I understand accidents happen. I understand no one intentionally fires off a firework to hurt someone. I understand that. But do you understand someone has to be held accountable for it now? It was all fun and games. You wanted to be the life of the party. But now it's time to come down to who did it. You don't want to be life of the party no more. For your own son. You kept me in the dark about everything. I had to figure everything out on my own. You had me running around doing all this when you could have just told me the truth and still tell the truth. Because I know she knows the truth. I know the truth. It sucks that it has to come down to this. And it's not right. It's not the right thing to do at all.
Anthony, what do you want other parents and other folks that use fireworks? What's your message about fireworks after this tragedy?
I understand you guys want to celebrate and have fun and do it. You know, you guys want to do it and be the life of the party. But sometimes being the life of the party ain't worth it. Ain't that big of a thing anymore. I understand you may think it won't happen. It won't happen to your kids. No, not us. Not us. We're too careful. That doesn't mean anything. Because anything can happen. They thought they were too careful. They thought it could never happen. But it did. You don't want that.
I'm terribly sorry for your whole family, Anthony. What is it? Is there any way the public can help you at this time, or what would you like?
Just at this time right now, just if you guys can share it on your social media so it gets around to the people that are involved on that incident. That's all I can ask of you guys, is that if you guys could use the social media resources that we have now to our advantage and push it out there. Put it out there like a rapid fire, and hopefully someone comes forward. That's all I can ask.
So you're looking for a rapid resolution to the...
Yes.
Anything else?
Mm-mm.
As far as the police investigation, what do you want to be done? It is under the investigation. The police did say that tonight, that they're continuing their investigation, but is there anything?
I want someone held accountable. And like I said before, I understand accidents happen. Even, I'll use this as an example. It's probably maybe not a good example. I mean, when someone's driving a car under the influence and they wreck into someone, they don't intentionally mean to wreck into them. Sometimes it's a bad night and it happened. But they too have to be held accountable for it. It's the same situation. I understand you may not have purpose, you wanted to do it or did it, but it happened. And regardless, you got to be held accountable like every other man.